day 8, leaving the town of Llandovery, which is really nice little town, really nice. Definitely a place you wouldn't mind living. So yeah, I got in about 1 o'clock yesterday. Found a cafe, big fry up, and then I just wandered around the wee town, just visiting pub, another couple of cafes, had an ice cream parlour, co-op, everything. So I headed out to the campsite just after 4. So and it was great. £11 for hiker rate. Yeah, lovely campsite. There was a DOE, Duke of Edinburgh, out at the moment. Then another school. They only started yesterday, finishing on Sunday. So the thing I passed them yesterday actually as well. So anyway, today, mostly walking, I think, country roads, guide. Heading towards the remotest hostel in Wales, apparently. Anyway, I booked that. So I should get there before the heat of the day. Apparently it's to get to 33 degrees today. Tomorrow's roughly the same, and then it's meant to get slightly cooler. So looks like it's going to get slightly cooler as I go north. So hopefully this day and tomorrow's the peak of the heat. So, and apparently there's a pub as well, about 12k. So could be a good day. Anyway, weather-wise, it's beautiful. Blue skies, everything. No wind, and I'm walking on the shady side of the road. Anyway, enough said. We'll see how we get on. Just leaving that camping caravan campsite. It's really good. Yeah, there's a closure, about 100-meter closure of the walk along the river. Apparently the river has swept away the path. Closure date was 26th of June, so it's like permanently closed now. So there's only a wee diversion around, so it's not too bad. Just left the pub. I spent just over 2 hours there. Great. Well, first hour I had to wait outside until it opened, but the second hour was just nice. Had a bean Bruno, or 2 cokes, half a cider. And they had a fan going inside, and I stuck myself in the deepest parts of the pub, away from the sunlight. However, back out in the sun, and the temperature just seems to have just doubled. But anyway, so about 12k to the hostel. Steady climb up. So just take it easy. you know, yeah. You get there between probably about 3:30. That'll do, mate. Never seen so much green. Pick a shade, as long as it's bloody green. Oh, a bit of brown. Well, of course, blue and white. But the rest of it's fucking green. And of course, sheep. Bloody hell. I'm actually on the, must be the north side of the hill because the sun's not getting me. It's actually quite good. Anyway, we're only about 5k from the buffet. Definitely found my worst section of this bloody trail. And there's a trail in there, except it's hidden under bloody shoulder height bracken. And it's not even a trail. Trails all over the bloody place. I knew this section was going to come sometime, but not on the hottest day of the bloody year. Anyway, should be over soon. That's what I keep telling myself. Oh, there should be a warning on the Harvey's map if you're doing that section in the summer. Get yourself checked out by the doctor first, because you're crazy if you do. That was about a good 3 kilometers of bushwhacking, ferns, everything. I'm not going to say hopefully that was it, the worst of it, but God knows. I think these next couple of days could be bloody bad. The only grace is a lot of it's dry. But I hate green. I do not want to see more green, especially in the front of my face. You gotta get the laugh at this. That's what we signed up for. Anyway, on we go, only 2k. Morning of day 9. Just left at the hostel. Lovely stay, really enjoyed it. I was the only one there with the warden. Had a good natter about all things and everything. Yeah, showered, rinsed off my shirt and socks and everything. Really nice stay. It was still very warm overnight, so sleep wasn't great, but it was better. Just too hot. Anyway, so yeah, that end of that last section, about 4k of ferns, whatever. Speaking to Warden, she says, yeah, a few hikers in the last couple of weeks have said the same thing. And the problem is, the farmer who owns this land here has sold out, and the new farmers doesn't have any sheep. So there used to be tons of sheep. They used to keep it down. Now there's no sheep at all, very little. And there has been sort of, not complained, but the issue has been risen, and I think they're trying to get a contractor up to try and help clear the path a bit, because it is really it is not good, no fun whatsoever, and it spoils a lovely walk through that valley, especially this time of year. Outside, sort of the warm summer seasons, where the ferns aren't as bad. It's probably fine and beautiful, but no. Anyway, that was yesterday. That's the past. That's the memory. I'll be long forgotten. Well, I went, took the bloody photographs and the video, didn't I? Anyway, so off to the Bothy today. 23 kilometers, short day, but it could be another tricky day. But at least I'll be under a roof again tonight, Friday night, so I'll be there early enough before any other people do arrive, and we'll just take it as it goes. Okay, that's the way I've come, just so that we browse and down, and there's a track that leads to the Bothy, which is about 2.5k away. And this is the way I'm going. Straight over there somewhere. This is meant to be the boggy and pathless section. So fingers crossed most of it's dry. And I might get away with it, make up for the annoyance of yesterday's bracken, which I'll go on for years talking about. I waded through jungles of bracken for miles and miles. That was dreadful. So I survived. Anyway, on we go. Just to make the point, it's fern, it's not bracken. In case thinking I was hard as nails, and the bracken is some mutant form over here. But neck-high ferns still bad enough. At least they don't cut the legs off you. That's the way I came. It's beautiful up here, but it's bleak. Don't know what town that is. You wouldn't want to do this on a horrible day. You've got to be horrible. Because that's what a horrible day is. But at least the walking's fine, the trail's fine. The bogs are dried up, so I haven't had my feet wet once. There's a couple of wee wet sections, but they're easy to just step around or whatever. But there's nothing out here. It's just rolling hills. A few more sheep than yesterday. Big whales. Anyway, let's go on. Well, just left the Strava Florod Abbey. Oh, yeah, I sat there for about 2.5 hours. It was great. Walked in the wee visitor centre and the air conditioning was on, and it was lovely. And they sold cold drinks, crisps. Great. Even had a wee tour of the Abbey. It was an open day as well, and yeah, I learned a lot about the history of Wales at that period, 11th century, all the kings and princes of Wales fighting amongst each other, and then beating the Normans and fighting amongst themselves again, and then the Normans come back in and they get all wiped out. Great history. But yeah, it's definitely a lovely little place to come upon and to stop, and definitely a good 2.5 hours out of the sun. So it's only about 6k up to the Buffy from here. I think it's just after 2, maybe about 2. So yeah, steady old climb. Hopefully it's not as overgrown and rough as first part of the day was, but that's what you get. But anyway, there we go, halfway marker. Excellent. That's all downhill from now. Better path. How come these ferns aren't 7 feet tall? Anyway, halfway. Good. This is a lovely walk up to the buffet. Nice path, nice views, small ferns. Well, they're fairly big, but they're nowhere near the path. Anyway, it's only 2k to go, but yeah, it's a nice wee walk up here. It's the first part of the day anyway. Yeah, oh, did I mention it's hot? I think after today it's meant to start to get slightly cooler. We were talking about maybe 1 or 2 degrees. You know, still high 20s, but like it's 32 or something today. But anyway, and there's a breeze, so it's not too bad up here. Yeah. Top of the pass, or the valley. Look back the way I came, so I came up that valley there. Yeah, I like this bit of terrain, a bit rocky. No ferns. There's the Buffy down there, all nicely tucked in between the hills. Didn't realise it was so close to the beer track. But anyway, here now. Let's see if anybody's there. Quick click, there's Buffy before I go. It's actually not too bad. Buffy, this house upstairs. It's actually quite clean. A little dark. Another settee, a wee bit of spare gas there. A wee kitchen area, which does smell a wee bit, but it's not food, it's just still water. And upstairs is quite good. Yeah, good wee stay. Living the dream. And there, Mary of Dick Hughes, Duke of Edinburgh, 40-year service. Yeah, a lot of signatures on the wall, whatever. We've seen a lot of them are DOE. Yeah. Okay, let's go. that hill, across the hill. On day 10, I've left the bothy about 3 or 4k in, just between two little hills, so there's no wind. It's a lot windier today, which is good because it's made the temperature feel normal. It was actually quite pleasant walking across there. Did get a bit windy once you're on that last summit, but so today heading to Devil's Bridge, past that, past the next wee village, and on the start just get up, I think, top of where the forest is before you hit the next big summit. So yeah, stayed at the bothy last night. There's only one there. Good wee bothy. It's clean. Had running water, a wee kitchen, which I filtered and boiled. They even had a toilet out the back. It was actually a very pleasant location, in fact. So yeah, we'll see. So I'm starting the northern map, so coming out of, hopefully next day or so, out of the central section of Wales, which, to be honest, hasn't been like, I wouldn't say not favourite. There's been little sections of it which have annoyed me. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we'll continue on and see how today goes. This is a nicer forest to walk through. At least the paths seem to be maintained. Probably not that far from the Devil's Bridge anyway. This famous bridge. Nice big area of trees. Just a bit windy. But yep. See the road going up. We crossed the railway line, well, the wee railway line. Make sure there's nothing coming. Very picturesque, isn't it? There's a Cambrian Way sign, just to keep me happy. It looks like a nice pool. I prefer guards with cold drinks. Oh my god. That must be the longest, steepest track I've ever been up. Oh, it's steep. And just go on, straight up, on and on. This is the only little respite. Oh, And it keeps going. There better be a purpose for getting me up here. But bloody hell, that was extreme, that. Anyway, I wonder if I get this Java segment. Probably not. Just met my first Cambrian Way through hiker. Kevin, I think he said his name was. Unfortunately, he's going north-south. I just passed him. So, a brief meeting. He said he had to take a couple of days off because of the extreme heat we had the last few days, which I don't blame him, to be honest. So I'm not too sure where he's heading for today, but he's taking his time and enjoying it, like we all should be. I'm about 400 meters from this garage and shop, and then about 6k, 7k forest just before the peak tomorrow. I'll find a camping spot there. It's 2:15, so I'll have a wee rest in the garage as well. Yeah. Off that range through I'm awful with pronunciations around this area. Anyway, it was very windy up there. I think when I started, the wind chill must have been about 5 degrees because my legs are cold. I had my shell on. Just as a wind block. I needed it, to be honest. So I think shortly I'll be starting to head downhill, and that'll be good. Sun's starting to make a difference. You can feel the temperature rising slightly. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Mid-morning, probably day 11. I'm already coming back to the walk. It was just a bit too windy earlier on. Just came over that small mountain range, and I camped up at the end of the forest just before you go over to the main peak. I was camping about 600 meters. I thought I was quite sheltered, but it was blowy. But surprisingly, I got decent enough sleep. Yeah, it was very blowy this morning going over. Actually, quite cold. Wind chill must have been 5 degrees, so my legs were freezing. I had the shell on, some guard on, just as a wind block. Did its job. So coming down the other side now. Just a bit of rough terrain. Back path, well, not really a path, the usual scenery trail. But yeah, so today, camp tomorrow, get to the campsite. next day heading over to Barma, which should be good, and basically into North Wales, I think. So I think there's a pub as well, White Star or something. Anyway, today, so see how it goes. See how it goes. You have to get yourself down that thing. Also here, find a wee track, walk off down there, and then hopefully this is a decent path that goes to where you want to go. The pub. About 10 to 1. The pub, White Star, or whatever it's called, is closed Monday and Tuesdays. So I sat down, just made coffee and had something to eat. Still very windy. Only about 5-6k to the end of where I want to camp, so I get there early, but it doesn't matter. Need to get water as well. There's a distinct lack of it today. Anyway, we'll continue on. This is what you need to do when you're trying to find water on the CW. Any trickle will do. This is clear. Morning, day 12, leaving Collinsgawk, if that's the right pronunciation. So just walking up the hill towards the wind farm, making sure I'm going the right direction. Found a wee spot in the woods just off the road down at the bottom there, so it was quiet, mainly sheepies. Today's a short day. Well, it's 20k, and there's a campsite, and there's a pub, and there's a petrol station, and hopefully maybe a cafe. So, and then tomorrow's a long day. I don't think I'll get into Barmouth, but I'll get close to it anyway. So this should be a better day. So we'll see how it goes anyway. As you can see behind me, blue skies. Well, at least there's a breeze up here. God, a bit of fern bashing to get up here, but didn't last too long. I think I'm heading towards there. Oh, we'll see. Onwards. Oh, we don't find many benches. New looking one. That must be close to civilization. Let's see what the view is. Wow. I suppose that's not bad. There we go. Ooh, look what I spy. Is that a garage? It is. My favorite word of today. Garage selling ice cream. This route's going to send you a Delali. That last section, here, that was hard going up to the wind farm, but it just took you off path and then over the open mountainside, and it's just, I mean, there is no path, but it's just shit ground. Like, it's not even as though it's flat or anything like that. It's just shite, and it's just hard work. And it could be just the heat. It's just, you know, makes it harder. But then again, you wouldn't want to do it in the wet either.